everyone. So this video is going to be about shadows. So I'm going to post some links below. Sorry, I look really tired. I haven't slept much. I've been getting downloads like massively since like last Friday. And I've been pacing a lot of shadows. So yesterday, Kurious and Glitch put out some videos kind of like challenging me to face my shadow, and I was kind of hoping one of them would trigger me. It didn't end up being them, but I did get triggered finally because I was feeling a little bit too good, and I was like, that's not right. There's definitely some shadow there that needs to be worked on. So I asked Spirit, I was like, show me where my shadow is, and asking you shall receive, right? So of course my shadow shows up right on time. And guess who it was? So, I don't know how many of you guys have seen Wayne's World, but you know, when they're like, we're not worthy! Yeah, that's my shadow. So, I struggle a lot with some of the information I receive, especially when I get really massive downloads where I'm just like, Spirit's like, so this is your mission, and it's really important, and you gotta, like, grow some balls and do this. And I'm just like, I don't want to. I'm scared. And, of course, so, you know, you let that fear come in, and that punches little holes in you, so, you know, Shadow's like, oh, I'm gonna take advantage of this, and works their way in, and they're like, you're not worthy. You're not worthy of what you receive. You're not worthy of the information and the downloads that you receive. And it is this feeling of invalidation that I give myself. Like, there's no way that, you know, any of this is true. Sometimes I go through that a lot. It's a huge shadow that I battle, this huge amount of self-doubt. Especially with the whole me being claircognizant. I've had to really overcome my own inability to listen to my intuition, myself, and the information that's given to me, because it's not given to me in a verbal way. It's given to me in a way that I have to really use a lot of discernment in order to understand it. And sorry, I'm really shaky. I haven't had much sleep, so it's this and I know other people have got to be dealing with this. I know I'm not the only one. It's just this feeling like, who am I? Who am I to be able to receive this kind of information, be able to do this kind of stuff? Who am I? I'm just somebody. I'm just nobody. I've always told myself that. I'm just nobody, you know? There's always somebody else that's better than me. There's always somebody that I have to help be better, but not myself. Like, all these people, you're so important. I'm such a cheerleader for people. You're so important. But I can't tell myself that. I have the hardest time with it. I have no problem telling other people that they're important, but I can't tell myself that. So that's my biggest shadow, is accepting that part of me, that I also am important, and that I also do have a mission here, and that I am validated, and I don't need somebody else to tell me that I'm good enough. So if you're feeling like you're not good enough and you don't understand why you feel that way, email me. I'll post my email before, and let's work through that shadow. I'm a great cheerleader, and you know what? Honestly, I feel like when I help other people with their problems, it kind of helps me work through mine. I guess that's kind of how it works. So when I can see other people's shadows in them, it almost exposes my own. I guess that's how we mirror each other in this reality. So, if you're feeling unworthy or like you're needing validation, don't. You are worthy, and you don't need to be validated because you are worthy. You are, and if you need somebody to talk about, just email me, because let's talk about it, because I struggle with this every day, and every time I make a video, I tell myself, don't post it. People are going to think you're a fraud. People are going to think you're a joke. People are going to think you're ridiculous. every time I go through that. And I know I'm not the only one. I didn't even really want to do this, to be honest, but it's just like something that Spirit's kind of like, you know how when you get that that nagging thought that's just like eats away at you, like, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this type. I don't even know if it's you have to do this, but it's like, if you do this, you're gonna find what you're looking for. And I think I was just kind of looking for that service to others that was fulfilling. I wasn't getting that. And I think part of that is, you know, my Andromedan self is that really intense desire, service to others, or we're not happy. I just want to help people, but I don't want to take advantage of people. So if I ever seem like I'm off-putting, or I'm being egoic, or I am putting out the energy that I might be taking advantage or being narcissistic in any way, call me out on it. I am totally down for you to expose my shadow to me. If I'm not seeing it, show it to me. That's okay. I think that we need to stop being so afraid of our shadows. If you're calling me out just to be a dick, don't do that. Pardon my language, but, you know, if you're just doing it to be a troll, then that's not cool. If you're doing it because you're legitimately seeing something that you need to point out to me, please point it out to me. I really want people to know that I'm not an expert at any of this. I'm not an expert at being psychic. I'm not an expert at mastering my abilities. I have only been consciously aware since, you know, that spell that I did last Maven, so what, 7 months, you know? It's like, I am a newbie. I'm just as newly awakened. I'm probably more newly awakened than most of you, surprisingly. I know. Wow. Although I did do a lot of unconscious work, you know, prior to my conscious awareness. And, you know, part of that is, you know, was my journey, was to kind of do this unconscious training boot camp where I had to go through all of this stuff and gain certain perspectives before I came consciously aware, so that when I was consciously awoken, once they triggered me and they were like, okay, it's time, I was able to like get on the wagon and go to work like right away and conquer that fear that I still have, and it wants to creep in every time I have that anxiety, like, and I've probably, you know, dealt with who knows what kind of, you know, past situations. I'm still working on that, still learning about my past lives. I'm gonna, you know, I'm taking courses in hypnotherapy and past life regression, and so I'll be learning lots of really cool things. So, you know, stay tuned. You know, a year from now, who knows where I'm gonna be a year from now. This is all just the beginning. This is new, and hey, you get to experience it with me. Isn't that exciting? I just want everybody to know that I'm not an expert at it. I'm not an expert at anything. Take everything that I say with a heavy grain of salt and leave everything open to interpretation. And anytime people come to me for information, that's one of the first things I say, you know, leave it open to interpretation. I'm willing to give you my perspective because perspective is important. Hearing other people's perspective is important. Taking it and internalizing it and using your own guidance and your own discernment is of the utmost importance when receiving that kind of information, because it is important to get information and to be wise, but it is also important to not take everything as truth, because we don't always know what we're talking about. And especially with me, the way I receive information is very different. I don't receive information verbally, or even visually sometimes. Sometimes I do visually, but sometimes it's just there, you know? And I can't explain that, and it's hard. It's hard to explain why I get to receive information that's just there, and I didn't put it there. I don't know how to explain it. It's interesting. But it's I don't even know. I don't have a word for it. I just don't. I'm excited that everybody's here with me, and I hope that you won't kind of look at me like I'm a joke. And, you know, if I don't resonate with you, just unsubscribe, find somebody else. I'm doing this because this is what Spirit wants me to do. And I'm here to help you and to kind of guide you through this process as much as I'm going through the process as well. And maybe you can learn some things from my own experiences as I grow and ascend with you.